Hey there, it's Vicki Marie, and today I'm going to show you how to make this homemade whole wheat bread, no sugar. It is so good, and I'm going to use my bread maker. I originally found today's recipe on the King Arthur's Baking Company website. I found it's been years ago, but I am going to link that in my description today because they do have the instructions if you want to make this by hand. I have a bread maker, so I am using my bread maker. I'm not using their flour that they recommend here on this site. This is the flour that I'm using today, and it worked so well in this recipe, and yeah, I love this flour. But this bread is one of our favorites. It has no sugar. It is my go-to homemade bread. I hope you enjoy today's recipe. So we're going to start with adding 1 1/4 cups of lukewarm water right into the bread maker. And now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You could also use vegetable oil if you want. And now I'm adding 1/4 cup of maple syrup. You could add honey instead if you'd rather do that. I have done that, and it is really good as well. Now I'm adding 3 1/2 cups of whole wheat flour. You can use the white whole wheat flour if you want. I'm just using regular whole wheat flour, 3 1/2 cups. You could also use 1/4 cup of sunflower seeds or flax seeds if you want to add that to your mix. I'm not going to. You could also use a tablespoon of vital wheat gluten to make it rise higher. I don't, because I haven't really needed to. But I am using 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. And I'm adding a whole packet of the instant yeast. The recipe calls for 1 1/2 teaspoons, but I just put a whole packet in there. It tastes so good. It comes out really well. So now I'm just going to turn on my bread maker and let the bread maker do all the work. It goes through it takes about 4 to 5 hours. It goes through the fermentation, it rises, it does everything, and then when it's all done, you have this wonderful, wonderful bread. And I'm just going to take it over here, turn it out onto my cutting board, and look how nice this is going to slice. And since my bread maker is round, I've learned over the years to just slice it right down the middle, and then just cut it into to just sort of like half pieces is what it ends up looking like. You could slice it right down, get that whole piece, and use it for sandwiches too. I've done that before, but it fits perfectly in my toaster if I cut it like this. And that's dinner, and we serve that with some zupa soup, which I'll be showing you how to make that on probably the next video or two.